7. And he says, blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. That was such an eye-opener for me today. I have a god sister that's dealing with cancer. And y'all pray for me, because she is married to probably one of them, and she is one of the most giving, sharing, gracious people you can meet, even before the cancer. She is married to one of the most the most selfish people in the world, really. So, really selfish. Well, a few weeks ago, I had to take her to MD Anderson for treatment. And he came out of the house to go with us, and I'm like, he riding in my car. No, really. I'm thinking, I'm sitting there, and I said, when she got out of the car, and she probably felt what I was thinking, and she said, well, she started right away giving an explanation. But this morning, God worked with me on this mercy thing, because here it goes again. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Right. At some point in all of our lives, we need mercy.
Yes.
And we serve a merciful God.
Yes.
Mercy is really having to do with putting yourself in that person's place and trying to see them as they are. And oftentimes we don't know what people have been through to make them the persons that they are. And so as I was reading and studying, I think about all of the times that God was so merciful to me. And so this lesson was a blessing to me, because now I have a different attitude about him. It's going to take me a little while to learn to like him. I like him, but to love him, well, maybe I love him, I got to learn to like him. That's what I'm saying. Okay, but now I can pick her up or do whatever is necessary. Because the other thing I had said is, if something happens to her, he's going to be in trouble, because he's not going to have anybody to help take care of himself, because he's older. And I'm like, because I'm not going over there. And I also know what kind of, no, seriously. I'm just telling y'all, I am just being so honest. I'm telling you what I was feeling. And the unfortunate part about my saying all of that is, I do have some influence on my sisters. Am I just saying that? And I'm like, today, God dealt with me on that, and I prayed, and I asked for forgiveness for my own attitude. But if we are going to really walk in God's love, yes, we have got to deal with all of those things that, because see, you know what, I say all the time, God, his mercies are new every morning. But I'm talking about Francis. His mercies are new for me every morning. But his mercies are new for every one of us.
That's right.
And even him.
That's right.
And he expects us to extend mercy to other people. If I say that I'm walking in God's love, if I am truly a Christian, and we've got to be serious about being a Christian. It's not just the words. We can no longer just, God is calling us to live out all of these words that are in this Bible. We cannot select what we want to do and what we want to practice. He didn't say you do this and skip over to this. We've got to get in here and do what he says from front to back. I hear people say, well, I don't read the Old Testament. We can't separate the Bible. it we want to read and study, and what part of it we want to live. God is calling us to read all of it. So this lesson was not just a preparation for tonight, but it was also a heart-changing lesson for me.
Amen.
As I study each week for my Sunday school class, one of the things I always try to study and see where I fit in all of this. Who am I? Which one of these people is it me, or what is God saying to me? And this morning, as I was studying, reading over, I'm asking God, what are you saying to me? And so he started to talk to me about mercy. And so as I do want all of you to be aware that if we really love God, if we really love God, we really do have to keep his commandments. There is so much more that humility, that's a word that we use and hear all the time. A word that is almost unheard of in America. Or meek. Sometimes it also speaks of meekness or gentleness. We don't see ourselves in America as being meek or gentle people, because that's a sign of weakness. Mm-hmm. But it takes a lot more strength to be meek, and to be humble, and to be gentle than it is to be arrogant. And most important of all is God has called us to be meek. He has called us to be gentle. He has called us to walk in grace. He's called us to be merciful, just as he is. God sent Jesus here on this earth to walk before us, to be a living example for each and every one of us. Everything that Jesus did, God expects us to do. That's right. Because he is our model. So my request to all of you is, let us go out as women and start to change this world for God. Amen. Amen.